Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to
Hello.
our masterclass tonight. Everyone can come in and join us. We are very excited. I'm in Berlin. Dee, you are in your home.
I'm in my home. I'm in the one near Amsterdam. Yeah, let's say just Amsterdam. Yeah. How warm is it where you are?
I think it's around 36 degrees. I'm
Okay.
melting.
You're melting. Me too.
I hope everyone is doing great. You can just pick if you want, first of all, something to drink. You can pick a piece of paper and a pen, and you can write everything down, but it's also a recording. So you will get everything at the end and you can watch it over and over again. We get so many nice comments on these master classes because a lot of people tell us like, oh, finally I got it. Finally, I know how to do it. Finally, because I think it's very, very necessary that we do it slowly and that we understand like what kind of steps, what comes when, how do I do my makeup. So, Dee, we're doing our makeups together tonight.
Yes.
I'm very excited. We are doing this wonderful collaboration together. The makeup brushes, they're here in this wonderful packagings, unpacked, and Dee created also this beautiful, beautiful bag. Dee, it's crazy. The people are going crazy about this bag. It's seriously
Yes.
like everyone
It's so
loves
wonderful.
it.
Look at me, polka dots and stripes.
Polka dot and stripes.
Typical me.
And what we're going to do tonight, our campaign with Dee called Be Bold, Be Beautiful, Be You. Jack's Beauty Line stands for supernatural makeups and natural looks. You know, it's a privilege to get older and we can celebrate, you know, to get older. Like, it's not that I want you to cover up anything. Like, we want to, you know, underline your beauty and really the realness of you. So that's how I created my products because I'm a makeup artist for over 20 years already. And I've been working all over the world with so many beautiful women. And one day it came to this point where I said, like, okay, maybe I can change something, how we think about ourselves, like how we see ourselves in the mirror. And my goal is that you find this beauty routine for yourself as like a moment of self-love and not of like, you know, what is not good about us, not nice about us, more about like celebrating how great we are. So that's why we love to work with Dee, because she stands exactly for that. And Dee, maybe you can just do like a tiny introduction of yourself, like how are you working? Because we were just talking about light before. You know, for us, light as a makeup artist and photographer, it's so important.
Exactly. Yeah. Light is everything. So when you make your content and also when you do your makeup, you need nice lights, because when you have nice light, you can actually see your face.
Yeah. And also what I have to add for the light is like when you do your makeup in bad light, then it's so hard, you know, to see at the end how your makeup really looks. Because when, for example, the light comes like when you have like this pointy light from coming above, then you have like really dark circles and maybe you cover them up too much with concealer. And in the middle of the day, you're thinking, okay, why did I put so much makeup on? I look so old. And, you know, the best way is to do your makeup with natural lighting or with the light from the front. And we have like now both the lights from the front, and that makes a really big difference.
Yeah. Absolutely. Also for pictures and also for content creation, but
Always.
definitely also for makeup. Yeah.
Exactly. So I start with the skincare today because I think the skincare is like really the foundation of a nice glowy look. And for my taste, like it's the most important thing that you really take good care of your skin, so you feel also very good about your face and your skin without makeup. And we have just a tiny range of products, and I think every one of you has their own routines. And I'm just going to tell you quickly mine, and you can share yours. But what I do is I start always with after cleansing my face, and I cleanse my face with the cleanser only in the evening, not in the morning, because it's too much. It doesn't need to be cleansed with like a cleanser in the morning. But in the morning after washing my face, for especially right now where it's so hot, I use a little bit of the toner afterwards. And I never used the toner actually, because I was always thinking like, what do I need a toner for? But then my team introduced me to this Milky Toner. And do you use the toner, Dee?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Because it's giving the skin such a freshness immediately. Like I think the skin looks so nice directly when you use it. And I just take a few drops in my hand. I love to shoot with when I do the ads for the Milky Toner. I love because then I can do it over and over again. And the skin is getting more and more fresh. And it's an immediate effect. So you have already your skincare
Yeah,
on.
I just cleansed my face. Yeah, I took everything off because we're doing the makeup. So I have a very clean face. Yeah.
And you know what I always do in the morning, I start with the Milky Toner. I leave it on. When I come out of the shower, I first put my skincare on, and then I go and make myself like a tea, or I get dressed. So the skincare has some time to like melt into your skin. And I use a serum afterwards. So the Milky Toner is really like the immediate effect and super, like makes the skin super glowy. And the serum is more for the long-term effect. All of our products are with the plant stem cells, and it helps the skin, the collagen and the elastin to build up again. And we saw studies that it really helps the skin. I saw a skin of like a 60-year-old woman that used the products for over 6 weeks, and you could see how the collagen and the elastin was rebuilt, and it's only of plant stem cells. So it's really, really amazing, because it's almost like an injection, and it doesn't show immediately, like especially with the serum, but it keeps the skin over the day looking nice and fresh, because the serum, or all the serums, not only our serum, is for going deeper into the skin. And really shows like that the makeup, for example, stays on longer, nicer, fresher. It almost helps the skin to not absorb the skincare that is also in our makeup products. So it's almost like a shield, I would say. That's the second one. You can also, because sometimes now, because of the heat, some women asking me like, can I also switch it? Can I use first the serum and then the Milky Toner? Absolutely fine. You can do it, but it's up to you. It's like never a mistake to use it this way. But I do it first Milky Toner, then the serum. Yeah. This is my way of application.
I do the same. Yeah, first the toner and then the serum.
Yes, and then always never forget your hands. That's also very important, especially when you apply for the day cream. I always recommend use skincare with sunscreen.
Yeah.
I always got asked, like, why aren't you putting it into your makeup? Why don't you put the sunscreen in your makeup? And I tell you why. With this sunscreen, you need 4.5 pumps in your hands. And that's not something we made up. It's like the amount that our lab told us. That's what you need for your face, décolleté, and ears, and a little bit of the neck, to really cover your face and have the protection for the UVA and UVB.
Okay.
So that is the most important. And 80% of the sunlight is, or the how do you say that? The infect, the
Radiation.
effect, yeah, of the sunlight has 80% of like makes the skin look older. You know, when you go
Yeah.
without the protection into the sun,
Mm-hmm.
you have like really, you can totally see it. So
Yeah.
that's why I'm always recommending putting on a sunscreen before you put on the makeup, and leave it on for at least 10 minutes, I would say, before
Okay.
you put on your makeup.
So how
Because
long will it
otherwise, when you
stay?
put on, otherwise, when you put on your makeup, you go over with a brush, even if you use your fingers, and then you remove the sunscreen from the
Oh,
face,
okay.
from the skin. So I would always recommend, go under the shower, put on your skincare, take a little break, get dressed, get your tea, and then do your makeup. That's the best way. Also, right now when it's so hot, because we're like, melting away.
Yeah. Wow. So how long does the SPF stay on? Do you have to redo it during the day?
Actually, if you go onto the beach, I would never put makeup on, because I would totally recommend to put it on every 6 to 7 hours.
Okay.
Like we have the SPF 30, but it's actually 42.6, but you can put only 30, 45, or 50 on. So we
Okay.
reached 42.6. So it's a lot higher, and it's close to 50. And so, it protects you 42.6 times, as much as your own protection. So I would recommend every 6 to 7 hours if you're going into the sun. But
Yeah.
if you're just in the office, or you're doing you're doing your work at home, then it's totally fine to apply it in the morning, and then it's fine, But that is actually a very, very big issue for a lot of women that work outside, because you would have to have a spray or something
Yeah.
to spray it over to get more sun protection. Yeah,
Yeah. There's a fly. You see it?
there's a fly. But at least you get some air from the fly.
I know.
So,
Where does it come from?
one more thing I wanted to tell you about the skincare, because this is my morning routine. And for the
Yeah.
evening, I can tell you later,
Yeah.
how I remove it and what I do. But one little thing I want to recommend, maybe you don't need it right now because it's so warm outside. But a lot of women ask me, Miri, my skin doesn't look that glowy. My skin is always dry. My skin is like I'm in the perimenopause, my skin is always dry. Then we have this beauty elixir, and you can add it always to your makeup products, because that is making the makeup even more glowy. It's the base of the Glow Foundation. So the Glow
Yeah.
Foundation has already a lot of skincare in the foundation. So it's a base of the product is our skincare, actually. But if you want to have more, you can always add any kind of beauty elixir. It's like a squalane. It's a pure oil. There's no other inkies added. So it's pure, and you can mix it if you want to have like a lighter version. But the makeup's already very light, right?
Yeah, it is. I love it. Yeah.
So at the end, you guys, you can ask all your questions. So whatever you want to ask, write it down, please. Every step, everything what you want to ask, you can ask at the end. We do like a 30-minute Q&A at the end, so you have all the time you need for the questions. So I would go forward with the makeup. And I think now we come to the nice part, Dee, where we can actually add your beautiful designed makeup brushes.
Yeah, and I really need a masterclass because I am a makeup nerd. I'm not a professional like you. So, yeah, I would love to hear how to use them Exactly.
So Dee and I, we worked a little bit together, and she has exactly the same questions like almost every woman has, because I think the most women use only their hands and they don't even know, why would you use a makeup brush? Yes, maybe it looks nice, but it has so much more to offer than the nice look, because you save 50% of your makeup. You must imagine when you apply your makeup with your hands, then you would put the makeup in your hands and then you have 3 faces covered with makeup. And when you use your foundation brush, you add just 1 pump on the back of your hand. And then you take it off your hand with the makeup brush. So you don't even take that much. You take only a little bit. I show you a little bit closer. I take it onto the brush, and you see there is not too much on the foundation brush, just a tiny bit. And then I start in the middle of the face. I start always on the biggest parts. I would never go like on my nose or on the eyes in the beginning. I start where I can really work the product in. And what I want with this foundation is just to even out my skin tone. I don't even want to cover everything. I don't want Dee to cover her beautiful freckles or, like anything in your face. We don't want to cover any wrinkles. We don't want to, we just want to the skin to look a little bit fresher, a little bit, more even, maybe to take away a little bit of redness. And what it does, it also protects your skin from blue light. So when we sit in front of the computer the whole day, it's a protection of the blue light, of the cell phones. We keep the cell phones on our face a lot. So this is also a kind of like a UVA Strahlen. I don't know the
shield. Yeah, shield. Yeah,
shield, but it's more like that
radiation,
I really that it's almost the same. Like you would sit in the sun for 8 hours without any sunscreen. That's the same like you would sit here in front of the computer. So it's like really a lot for the skin. So the foundation protects your skin. It also also a lot of ingredients, make your skin look less red. It takes out like redness and infections. So it really is much more than a cover up or like any foundation.
Nice.
And, Dee, you learned about when we were shooting at your house, right? You learned that at the end, the makeup brush, when we're done, like it's the makeup is gone from the hand, but also there should be nothing seen on the makeup brush. So at the end, it should look super, super clean. And this is how little makeup you need. Because the most women just do the mistake and use far too much makeup.
Yeah.
Far too much. That's why I also love using the makeup brushes. It's an investment, a one-time investment, seriously. And then when you clean the makeup brushes, Dee, you remember how many times?
Once a week. Once a week.
Exactly.
Yeah. I once watched it.
Yeah, and it really makes a big difference. I mean, the brush looks now almost clean. So a lot of women say, yeah, but why do I have to wash it? It looks so clean. But seriously, your skin will look different if you when you never wash your makeup brushes. There is a risk of infection. It's hygienics. It's like just you need to take off the
yeah, of course.
So. Just wash it with any shampoo you have at home, or you use our makeup brush soap. It's like a little can. I don't know if I have it here right now. Yes, it's here. It's like a little tiny can. And you have the brush soap inside. You just use some warm water on the makeup brush. And then you really swirl it in the soap. And you wash it in your hand. We also have like this little pad inside. So you just do it like that. And don't be shy, you can really push it. And then you rinse it out with warm water. And when it's clear, the brush is clean. If it's not clear, then you have to redo it and do it as long as the water is not clear.
Okay. But not
And
like
then,
that, right?
And then one very important thing, never let it stand up. When you wash the brush, you always have to lie it down. Never do it like that. Never please put it in any glass. When it's washed, don't put it in here like that. Please put it on a table somewhere, because when you have the rest of the soap coming into here, then it might be possible that the glue is like, that it's getting brittle. Or brittle, how do you say that? That's getting a little bit, yeah. So please let them lie down. Exactly, you do that with every brush. Just lay them on the table. And then when you do that, of course, maybe 1 week is like too busy, then do it the second week. But please do it more often than once a year.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
And what I also have to say, when you do that, then you keep them really for the rest of your life. We have customers that have the brushes for over 15 years. 15 years ago that I have painted my first makeup brush. That's how I started. And they have them since 15 years and they can still use it.
Wow, nice. Okay.
So after the makeup, and I hope you don't have more questions. Otherwise, put them down and I answer everything at the end. We also, just so you guys know, we also have like a more coverage foundation. It's the cover foundation. And we also have a lighter version that's the skin tint that is like almost no coverage at all. It just makes the skin look very, glowy. And then you can also use our concealer as a little makeup. When you go, for example, on a business trip, on a weekend trip, and you don't want to take this big bottle, then of course you could always use a little bit of concealer. But what I use it for, of course, on my business trip, I take both. And I take the Glow foundation. Mine is number 3. I think you have the same, right?
Yeah, 3.
And that's also interesting because D looks a little bit darker than me. I look more pale than you. Maybe it's because of the freckles, maybe it's because of the light. But the nice thing about the foundation, it adapts to your skin tone. So you don't have to worry about it. Like even if you're a little shade off, then, it goes very well with your skin tone. And with every foundation, we send you a tester. So you don't have to worry that you do a mistake with buying the wrong color. You can always use it first. The tester you always have attached to our makeup product. And then you can use it on your skin, on your neck. That's the best. Don't use it on your arms, on your hand. Use it here on the neck. I can show you quickly because that's also very important for the products you have maybe at home and you're not sure if they're still the right color. You just use it on the neck. You just apply it and then you wipe it in, just smoothly, wait a tiny bit. And then if you don't see anything, there's no stain here on my skin, then it's the perfect color. And you can do that with any makeup you have at home. You can always test it on your neck and see if it's the right color. And with my concealer, I use 1 shade lighter than the foundation. So for my concealer, I have number 2. But I use my concealer because I don't have a lot of pimples. I use the concealer mostly for the eye circles, the light, beautiful
dark circles. Yeah.
The dark circles.
Yeah.
And maybe on some spots where I think, okay, could use a tiny bit more coverage.
Yeah.
You use this beautiful brush for the second product, the face, the concealer, and that's the Touch Up. Wow, Dee, that looks so cool with the stripes and the dots and the little zebra.
Yeah,
so
right?
Nice.
It's so Dee.
So Dee designed all of the makeup brushes and our team was painting thousands of brushes in this design. So you can imagine how many hours our team was sitting there painting all these brushes for you.
Crazy.
And we give you...
I still can't believe it.
So this is the packaging you get. And in every brush, you have like this little tiny original certificate, you know. There you see the name of the person who were painting your brush, and on the other side you have the QR code, and there you can just scan it in and then explain to you again how you use this brush. But I show you, of course, in this masterclass how to use it. And this brush works actually like your finger, just that our finger has a lot of, you know, natural greases, so natural oils.
Mm-hmm.
And if you apply it with your finger, of course you can, but the difference it doesn't stay as long as when you use the brush. So the brush, of course, keeps the product on the skin. You don't need as much. And of course, you have like this little brush to really stipple it into the skin. It stays on. And I think one very, very, very important tip: when you're getting older, you want to use less makeup. A lot of women mix it up. They think, when I get older, I need more. But it's also about how to know, you know, how to apply it. Of course, you can use more. You can use a little bit more of blush. You can use a brighter lip color, of course. But when it comes to the concealer and the makeup, just look, when you look down, you can see here the lines are starting. So I just go on the dark circles till here, then I stop, and then I just blend it out to the side, and I really, I almost like wipe over it. And I don't put a lot of concealer on, because otherwise the wrinkles would get more and more. And over when the day gets a little bit older, you know, like then you look older. So I would always recommend use less and just tap it on and just, you know, smooth it into the skin. You can use the concealer on all the spots on your skin where you think, okay, I need a little bit more coverage. It also has like no parabens, no silicones. You know, most products have a lot of silicones, and that's why it looks so nice, you know, in the moment when you apply it. But in the long term, it's kind of a plastic, you know, we're like putting plastic onto your face. And you can, you know, you can imagine like this foil. When you put foil on your face, of course, you know, the skin looks, you don't see the pores at this moment. But I want to show pores and wrinkles rather than to just cover everything up. And, you know, all the stuff is going into the water. It's going into my body.
Yeah, absolutely.
So for me, it was always very, very important to have the best ingredients in my products, and everything is handmade in Berlin. So everything gets produced here.
Yeah.
Do you have any questions for the concealer or the concealer brush?
I never use concealer.
Never? Wow, that's my weapon. I need concealer.
But now I use concealer because I have a concealer brush. But maybe a little bit around the nose. But the foundation is also pretty good for coverage.
Yeah.
And of course, if I have a little pimple somewhere, but I have some redness around my nose, so that works with concealer. But it also works with foundation.
And Anna, you know Anna von Rüden, right? The lady we were shooting, she's 77. And when I was shooting with her, she has like very dark circles around the eyes and a lot of redness. I just used the foundation with this brush and just added the foundation just over again. So the foundation is lighter than the concealer. So it's up to you. You just have like more coverage in this, and this one has lighter coverage. That's the difference.
Yeah, but on like good days, I don't use foundation. So I just use a little bit around the nose, and that's it. And I don't have dark circles. I have light circles somehow. I don't know how, but I do. So I never use it underneath my eyes.
And you would also don't need to use a lighter shade. You could also use, for example, like the same color that you have. Yeah, exactly. The three. That's what I mean. You wouldn't use like a lighter color when you want to even out the skin tone a little bit more. So now the next part is my favorite part because I look so pale, is the bronzer. And the bronzer is seriously, like, as a mother of 2 little children, it's my weapon. It's the most important tool in my makeup bag, And
so which
we
one
have
are you
like
using?
We're having like this face palette, or you can use them as the single compacts. That's up to you. I mean, a lot of people have like bronzer in these single compacts. You can do it however you want. I love personally these palettes because I can mix and match. I can put in my bronzer, I can put in like a blush, I can put in cream and powder mixed. It's so nice because I really think it's so sustainable, like here, for example, is one missing and I can always change it. I can always think, okay, what do I want today? Do I want like a supernatural look? I take the creamy products. Do I need a full coverage? Do I need like a long stay? So I always decide in between those products and shades what I need. And that's why I can always mix and match in these palettes.
So one more time. So when do you use the creamy and when do you use the dry?
The creamy I use when I want to have a supernatural look, and it's okay for me to do like a touch up during the day. If I have, for example, like an important shoot, I have like, for example, like a business meeting and I'm on the road for the whole day, then I use the powder products because they stay on longer. You have like you can also do as a mix, for example, you can use our powder underneath to fix the makeup and then go over with a cream. But the difference is the same for the lips. When you use a glossy lipstick, then it's gone very quickly, right? Like then it's off pretty fast. And when you add on like a matte lipstick, then it stays much longer. So it's the same on the skin. When you use a matte product on your skin, it stays much longer than a creamy one. But I love the effect of the creamy ones. I just, when I'm getting older, like my skin loves the creamy products.
Yeah, I use a lot of creamy. Yeah.
Yeah. But, in this heat right now, it's also just like very risky that it's melting away.
Exactly.
So here I have like the cream products. I show you like my day is over. So it's just here the last thing I'm doing today is the masterclass. So I'm showing you how I use the creamy products on one side, and on the other side I show you powder, and you do whatever you like to do.
But this is the brush, right?
That is the brush, exactly.
Yeah. Blender brush, no?
The blender brush. So people ask me like, what's the difference? And you see, it's just a tiny difference. It's like the one is like the angled one. It's perfect for applying creamy products on your skin. This is more the foundation brush. This is more the rounder one. But of course, if you want to invest in one good brush, then you can decide, because with both brushes, you can do both. You can apply the makeup, you can apply the creamy products. The only thing what I wouldn't recommend to do is the powder products with these brushes. I definitely use a powder brush for the powder products, because when I apply my bronzer with this kind of brush, especially when I used it for my foundation before, it's getting all, like very heavy on the skin. And that's why I love to use another brush for the creamy products. And I use here the medium bronzer. That's the one. And, for the most people, it's hard to know where to add it. Where do I use it? Yeah. You can use whatever you like. Whatever. If you want to, if you're more up to powder products or creamy products, totally up to you. I show both sides.
Yeah. I'm going to do the creamy one.
So the bronzer, I always start in the back. I always start here where you feel your cheekbones, and don't go too deep, because we want to lift our face and we don't want the cheeks to, fall down. So just feel your cheekbones, and that is where I add the product. And even if it looks in the beginning very, very a lot, and heavy, you can always work it into your skin. When you dab it, then it stays. And when you do that, then you see it's going completely away. I almost remove the product again. So when you add it, just, and you want to keep it on the spots, then
so you go all the way here to the
you
front?
can, but it makes your skin, you see it directly. You see that the skin is getting slimmer and slimmer. So when you have a very slim face, don't go too much in the front, because it's making you even skinnier. And if you have like a rounder face and you say, that's exactly what I want, then do that. You show it very, very nicely. You can totally see what happens with the face. You almost sculpture your face, then when you show it how to use it, like under the cheekbones, and never go too low. Always this part, like the mouth to ear, this part, you always want to keep light. So when you add it, just be careful that you don't go too far down. I always say I do it like a slide, right? Like, I go up a little bit here on the cheeks. I blend it here to the front, so you have like really like this nice contour.
Do you go up here?
You can absolutely. I do sometimes, because I think it's especially because I have a very high forehead. I really like to do it and go over my forehead, but you should only do it if you have like a high forehead. If you have a very, like, yours is like the perfect one. It's not super high and yours is not super low. But for example, some women start the forehead like here, like the hair line starts here, then don't do it. Always do it when it starts a little bit more up. Then you can just go over it and make your skin or your face look a little bit more rounder, for example, or like.
But
more
it also
contour.
gives you a little bit of a tan, which I really like.
That's what I love about it, because I really think that product here, the creamy product, it makes your skin so, glowy and like just, freshly from the vacation. And that's why I love this. But of course, doesn't last as long as I take the powder product. And I use the powder on the other side quickly, so you just see the difference. I have here our Powder Glow Bronzer.
So wait. You use the same brush for the powder? Only that one. So if you do
for the powder, I use this one. I would never use the product for this brush for the powder. I wouldn't use it.
So
I would always for the. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. So powder I use with this 23 brush. That's the blue and baby light pink brush, the polka dots brush. I use that for the powder, and I add it on the same spot. I start in the back, and then I blush it out to the front. And the same like with the creamy product. In the beginning, it might look a little bit stainy, because maybe you don't have used a lot of powder underneath. But you can, that's a nice thing about these brushes, you can really, really nicely work it into your skin. And I think it looks nice. I love the glowy powder brush, but you see the difference. It looks seriously like I just have put on like just face cream, It looks like almost like I'm just tanned and there is nothing on my skin. And here you see directly it's more matte. It looks also maybe for the one or the other one a little bit more natural, maybe. But it's just, you see the difference, right?
I'm trying it with you.
Exactly. And always start in the back and then work it to the front. And same spot, like that's totally good. That doesn't matter. If you use the powder or the cream, it doesn't matter. It's the same. And you can also go a little bit over your nose. And what you can always do if you want to fix this a little bit, you can always use the bronzer over to just, fix it a little bit. That's also possible. Just so you know, I'm just giving you advices, and it's like totally up to you how you want to use it, how
It looks very different, right?
It looks different. It looks totally different. And that's what I also say, like, just you have to decide how you want this look, because this is a little bit more, I think, a makeup look, but still looks super natural. And this one is more like really like cream on your face.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I can also recommend, I love to use a little bit of bronzer on my nose. I always like to use it like a little bit on the sides. It gives you a nice contour. You can also go over the eyes a little bit, especially when you don't want to use any eyeshadows, you don't want to put anything on your eyes, then just take the rest of your bronzer on the brush and just go over it. And you see how the face gets even like more like sun-kissed. It looks more natural, I think my face right now looks more natural than when I didn't have anything on. Like, it's,
true.
It's just giving me a little bit of contour. It's not that plain,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Do you have any questions, Dee, for that?
With the creamy bronzer, you also put it on your eyes and underneath and side.
You can, but it doesn't last as long. That's why I say, like, for the powder bronzer, it makes more sense to go all over. And for the creamy product, I would stay actually a little bit more on the cheeks and maybe here around that.
Okay.
Yeah. And you can also, if you want to add a little bit on your, for example, when you have like a dress on that has like a white here like that, then you can always go. Yeah, you can always go over with a bronzer a little bit and add a little bit there. It's also nice. A lot of women have a wider neck, for example, and then you can always add the bronzer a little bit. You can always do it with the makeup, but it works also with the bronzer. So, and then what makes it look so nice, and, like for me, it looks whole and like very, very even, is when you apply the blush. That's my favorite thing to do. Somehow I never used blush when I was younger. Never. I always used bronzer, but I never used blush. And I think that is also about like getting a little bit older, that I like to add a little bit of color, that I love to. And then you can use, when you use the cream again, you can use the same brush. You don't need to use another brush actually. And then I go in, I have here this tea rose color. You don't
need to clean it before you use it with the bronzer, and then you just continue with the blush.
Exactly. And then I smile, and then I add it here in the front, and I go to the back. And that's also, up to you how you want your cheeks to look. You can also stay more in the back. You can go also here on the temples. You can go over your nose a bit. You can go over the eyes. It's really up to you. You can work a little bit with that. You can play around. You can find out what you like. And this is the creamy product again.
Mm-hmm.
And I show you as well here. It's, for example, the peach. And I use it the same way on here on the cheeks. The same. Just like here and here. It's just the powder. And then you can also go over the eyes a bit, over the nose. It's completely up to you how you want to use it. Oh, this is a cream. So that is, you should never go into the creamy products with this powder brush.
No.
So that's,
Yeah.
I think, the only rule you should follow. Never mix up powder and creamy product brushes.
Yeah.
So
on a brush.
stay with the same texture, you know? But on the skin, you can mix it. You know, I mean,
Okay.
when you use this brush, is it too confusing what I'm saying? Or is
No,
it?
it's okay. No, it's just
okay.
a lot to learn.
Yeah, it's a lot to learn. And it's also like, you know, it's a taste. What I like, do I like it creamy or powdery on the skin? And the nice thing is, in this palette, I have powder bronzer, powder blush, and a creamy blush. So you can always mix and match however you want. And that's the nice thing about it. So this is what you use this beautiful flower power brush for. Do you have any questions for that? For the
no, I'm still
blush?
looking at myself, and then I think I'm more powder. Like if I look at it now, but I can't see it really well, I think this side is better. It's nicer.
You know why? Because
No?
you look into the camera, and on the camera, everything that is matte looks more even. That's why we also, when we take pictures, you know, for the beauty shots, you always say like, oh, put a little bit more powder on, because then the skin looks much more even. But it's possible, Dee, that you look into the mirror and you do the same thing in the morning, and then you like the cream a little bit better.
Yeah,
so
because
it's
I
really
always wear
up
cream.
to.
Yeah, I wear a lot of cream. So I think, you know, it's less of a layer, like a filter on the skin when it's creamy instead of powdery.
Yes. So keep your questions for the end. I will answer everything. Don't worry about it. And I also love to do my eyebrows. Dee, you have already beautiful eyebrows, but also you use a pen, right?
I don't use anything. I have nano brows, so I don't. I brush them.
I saw that in your story.
Yeah,
so nice.
I brush them and then I glue them, and I don't do anything. I don't
add
anything else. But you know, if I would probably use.
This one you can use. That's the brush you can use to fill in your eyebrows. You can use it to do your eyeliner. And you can use this brush. It's brush number 4 for your lips. But for the ladies who don't have nano brows and want to learn how to do them just very, very quick, you can use a pen in case you don't have any eyebrows and you want to add them a little bit more. For example, I have a little tiny hole here. You know, I can just fill it in with this pen. And also maybe at the end here, because they're very light here, I just go over it. It's a dark color right now. It's a brown, so you can see it. We also have like a taupe color. But then when it's done, you see it's already more even. But then I use this Brow Mascara and I go over it. And this is exactly what the nano, the blading, the brow blading does. It, you know, it makes the eyebrows look even more defined and thicker. And, you know, I like it so much because it really gives you a nice, thick, big, nice eyebrow, you know? And I like to use the darker color, but you can also use it in like a light blonde, or you can use it in a taupe for women that has gray hair. This one works also for dark, very, very dark hair, even like black hair, it would work. And, you know, I don't even need this pen. I can also just use the Brow Mascara, but it makes a big difference, you know, it, like when you go over it, you know, you see how the eyebrows gets defined and thicker, and it's so nice. I never go without. Even if I don't make my makeup, I use that. And, you know, the nice thing, it's like a makeup product and a serum in one. So you have like the growing effect for your eyebrows, but it's all natural ingredients. There are no.
Okay, nice.
How do you? Yeah. So, and you can build them up more and more, you know, whenever you go over again, they're getting thicker and thicker and thicker. And I really, really like it because I plucked my eyebrows when I was a
Yeah, me
teenager
too.
so bad I had only one line. There was
Mm-hmm.
nothing left on my eyebrows. It was horrible. But it looks
Same
so
here.
nice, Dee, your eyebrows. Really, really like it.
Yeah,
So
I'm
just
happy.
for the eyes, I think we don't do too much because Dee, you also hardly use anything on your eyes, right?
A little bit mascara. Yeah, I love your mascara. It's really, really nice. Also because you can touch up the mascara later on the day. And it's so great.
I show you just, you guys, so you know why we have these eyeshadow brushes, you know? It's one little brush with the flowers. It's so cute. I love it so much. It comes with this nice packaging here.
I
And there
love
is
this.
also this one, you know, this little eyeshadow brush. And that's the third one I already told you about, the little polka dot brush for the eyebrows, for the eyeliner. And this one is seriously, oops, wait. One jumped away. This one, the brush number 7, is one of the most used brushes I have. Because this one you can use for just applying like a light eyeshadow on your eyelid to make the mascara stay longer, to maybe even use it for a touch up when you have like dark circles during the day. You can use it. We have also these metal palettes you can mix and match. And there's like this one eyeshadow, it's called Champagne. You have the same, I think, or is it Ivory? No, it's also Champagne. And you just use it a little bit to just protect the eye from like, you know, that the mascara don't smudge, that maybe you have like little veins showing through, or you have redness around the eyes. But this is my tip for everyone that has like also like a little bit redness on the eye, to just use this eyeshadow around the eyes. And it's also very, very nice to add it a tiny bit here in the sides, because also it brightens up your eyes. It makes your eye look more open. You can also use it a little bit because you can use it as a highlighter on the nose. You can use it here, you know, on the lip a tiny bit. It's so nice. And I just want to show you, because you can also use this brush for a little bit of eyeshadow. For example, I have here this bronzer, and I just use it a tiny bit in my crease, in the crease here, to, you know, shape the eye a little bit. And a lot of women ask me when they have a tiny bit of like a, how do you say that? When the eyes are getting a little
fold,
bit droopy.
yeah, like a hooded eye.
A heavy fold, it's called. Exactly. When you're getting a heavy fold, so the eyes is like, you know, going down a little bit, then it's the best gym for the eye to just do that in the morning, every morning, to just, you know, go over the eye, hin and hair, always here, back and forth.
And it feels so good.
It feels so good. And at the same time, you massage the skin away.
Yeah.
It really, look at your eye now. Look at the difference between your eyes. It's crazy what it does to the skin. When you do that every morning, it really keeps the eye, the sucking skin, the hanging skin, really
the
up
hanging
a
skin.
little bit.
Yeah,
the hanging skin. It really makes a big difference. And you see it directly. I see it on your eyes directly when you do it, that it looks different. Just push against the bone.
Much. I really, really like that light champagne eyeshadow. It really gives your eye like a fresh look.
Totally. And what I do right now, it's not even good with this big brush under the eye. I mean, I do it sometimes when I'm very in a rush, but that's what this brush is for.
Okay.
The brush number 5. So this is brush number 7 for the eye. And this is brush number 5. And this one you use to, you know, add a little bit color under the eye. And when you're like a woman that use Kajal, the eye pencil under the eyes, very, very strong, I would recommend to take it away. Don't use it anymore. Just use a little bit of eyeshadow under the eye and make it look soft and nice and not too dark. Because I know a lot of women are so used from the 90s to add like so much of an big eye pencil, but it makes the eyes look really small and it does make you look younger. It's like just very intense, but it looks nice to have like a little bit of depth on the eyes. So you can use just a tiny bit of the dark eyeshadow and just go around the eyelid, not the eyelid, the eyelashes, and just make the eyelashes look a little bit fuller, thicker. Yeah, do you have this dark aubergine, right?
Yeah, and I also have the black one.
Yeah, you can use either this one to just add like a little bit of an eyeliner. You can do that. Or you can use this one.
Let me try this one.
Add here a little bit of darkness around the eye. It makes the eye look so beautiful. It really lifts the eye. It's so a tiny effect, but look at my eyes. It's seriously, it makes a huge difference. A huge difference. And you used it quite a lot right now.
You're the makeup artist.
I used a little bit less, but what you can do now, right? You can just blend it. You just blend it to the up to the eye, and then you use this brush again. Yeah, but it looks nice, Dee. It looks really nice, and then you just blend it again. Yeah, exactly. Just the most important, actually, it's perfect that you did it like that because it gives me all the chances to, to explain how to do it, because that's how women do it, And when you have too much on the eye, just don't leave it like that. Just use a blender brush and just blend it out, and then it looks all nice. It's nothing you can do wrong with that. It's just perfect, Dee.
Thank you. I told you.
I add also a little bit more. Don't do too much here. That's what I just did. I would remove it a little bit because I think it's not nice if it's getting too dark here in the inner corner. Yeah. I just you see how I removed it? It's so easy to just go over it and it's gone again. But it looks nice when you have a little bit more darkness around the eye. It's so. Now we look a little bit more dressed, It's a little bit
true. Very.
I think I like it a lot. And then you just go over with the mascara, and then you have like the really, really nice eye makeup. And this is also my eye makeup I recommend when you want to use a bright lipstick. Because it's not too much, it's not too little, it really gives you a nice open eye.
Yeah, I love mascara.
Yeah, without mascara, really... it's like no.
But you always you always do your under lashes?
I do it because I think my eyes look a little bit more awake. But I think I have it also a little bit because I was working for L'Oreal so many years, and I was always doing these commercials with them for the mascara, and they always made me do that. Because they want me to, to show the customers in the commercials how to apply the mascara on the under eye. And then they said, okay, you have to do it. And that's why my eye, I think, got used to have always mascara on the lower lashes. And when I don't wear it, I always think, okay, my eyes look somehow tired.
Okay.
And you have the opposite, right? You never do because you think your eyes look tired, right?
No, I think that the lashes are pretty long underneath, and I think it looks too dolly, like a doll, too cute or something. I don't know. It's
exactly. That's also, I think, the style. Do you want to look at a little bit more 60s doll style?
Yeah, in that case, do you want? Cute.
It's so beautiful now. Your eyes look amazing. Love it. I love it. It's such a beautiful look now. And that also takes us to the end, to the lips, because that's the only thing we can still do.
Yeah.
And we can apply a bright color. I just wanted to show you as well. You can, of course, go with a very natural look. We also have these, I don't know, do you know this one? We have this beige eye pencil. And, my friend just told me, I mean, she has the same skin color than I have. She told me like she's always using it around the lips.
Okay, cool.
Because she said like she doesn't have like this correct line around the lips. And she's also using it. And I think it's so cool. She showed me she's using it like almost like a concealer, a spot concealer on one single spots. She's always adding it because it lasts so long because it's so dry. And I was
But
like,
what is
okay,
it?
crazy.
It's a pencil? What kind of
It's a
pencil is it?
It's the beige Kaya, the beige eye pencil. Look,
Okay.
it's like almost like a Photoshop effect. It's crazy. I can go over these little tiny spots and really remove them. Look, it's crazy, huh?
Nice.
It's
I
just
need
a
it.
kayak. And usually it is to edit here
Yeah.
on the waterline. So when you have like very red eyes or you have very small eyes, you can just edit. You have it naturally. But a lot of women have like very red eyes, and then you can edit here, and then you have it perfectly opened, white eyes.
Nice. Yeah, brighter. Yeah, absolutely.
So do you do a lip liner?
Always. Yeah.
Always. I don't do it always because sometimes I'm in a rush and then I just apply anything quickly. We have two kind of. You can start already, Dee, if you want. Besides, you have any question?
If you have like lines on your upper lip, when you get a little older, lines start to appear. The lip liner really helps not to have running lipstick.
That is
especially
right.
when it's like red or something.
Yeah, I also like to use it when I wanted to stay the whole day and I want really perfect lips. Then I always add like the lip liner. But we also have this sheer lipstick. And that is something that came to at a later point. Like first we started with the matte lipsticks. And then I noticed, okay, a lot of women are not as brave as I am. And they don't like to use a bright color. So what I did, I told my lab team, I said like, can we go for a sheer version for all the women that are not there yet, that want to use a red lip? But they are not there and they need a little, way there. So we added the sheer lipstick and I show you quickly. It's like, it's almost like just a lip tint. And it's almost, it's like just giving my face the redness, like it gives a look, but it's not as red as the really bright. So this is sheer red. This is the version. Exactly. And the matte lipstick I show you right now, that is the one you get in an order over 75 euros for free at the moment. And that's a special gift for me to you guys because I know a lot of women don't buy any red lipstick, no bright colors because they're too scared. And they say, okay, like it looks nice on you, but it doesn't look good on me. So you can choose either like this color that Dee is wearing. This is orange red or is it coral?
Orange red.
Orange red. So I have signature red here. And I added quickly, quick and dirty, just from the pen on my lips. And you get like a lipstick for free or an order over 75 euros.
But that's a matte, what you're wearing?
Yeah, that's matte. That's
Yeah.
the matte lipstick. That's the signature red.
Nice. Very
And
nice.
this is a red I always used to mix up on my hands when I was working as a makeup artist, because it's kind of a red that every woman, can wear. And it makes very white teeth because it's kind of like bluish. And I think it's like a good shot, you can try it because it makes something with us. And
Beautiful.
when I see you now, like with this outfit and the whole look, how it comes together. It looks so cool. It's so
Nice.
cool. Even we're hot, even we're sweating,
Melting
but
here.
it looks so cool. And, you can choose between this one. Of course, we have also a very natural color, like a rosewood. But please, when we give it for free, when you order, maybe pick one that you try. Try something. We also have the coral one.
The coral
we
is
have
also
the-
very, very nice. Yeah. My favorites is the red orange, or the orange red, and the coral. They're two
the orange
beautiful
red
colors.
looks so cool on you. And we can start with the questions, you guys, because we're done with our makeups. I just show you quickly also one version. And for example, when you take off your lipstick because you're not happy with this color, I can always recommend use a tiny bit of concealer around the lips again, because it's also like, keeping the color from smudging away. And we also have this color. It's called Brick.
Nice too.
It's much more natural, but it's also very, very nice. And it's also a nice look, to just have like it's a lip, but a little bit more natural. And you guys can ask any questions you want. Welcher Lippenstift is cool? Which lipstick is more cool? So the rosewood is cool, and the signature red and dark red. Those are the ones that are more like cool and not so warm. So I can guess that you're asking for the teeth, because with the cooler colors, the teeth look much whiter. And I can say every lipstick is cool besides the Brick. This one is a little bit warmer. And also the orange red. Both of the lipstick Dee and I are wearing, those are warm. And every other lipstick, even the coral, is a little bit more bluish. Yeah. So what kind of questions you have? Kann ich eine CC-Cream auch über der Sonnencreme benutzen? Of course. Can I use a CC cream or BB cream? I don't know if you guys know it. CC cream is color correcting cream, and BB cream is blemishing balm. So it's almost the same. It's a marketing tool. It's the same. It's just like a tinted moisturizer. And makeup brands are using it just as like a marketing thing, but it's all the same. A tinted moisturizer. So skin tint is like a CC or BB cream, and you can always use it over the day cream, over any sunscreen, in case you mean that, because you can always mix it. That's a nice thing. We also, produced also our day cream with the SPF, especially for under makeups. Because we know that when you want to wear makeup, you don't want to, that everything is melting away.
Yeah.
Do you have any other question? Which color do I choose if my neck is one shade lighter than my face? It's a very, very good question. You would always choose on your neck, actually. You wouldn't go on the darker one. You would go a shade lighter, and then you adapt it. You see what is, especially when you don't like it, when you don't like it, then you just blend it a little bit, just mix the colors a little bit and see how you feel. Because doing a makeup is the most important thing, that you really feel comfortable in your skin. Ich sag's noch einmal ganz kurz auf Deutsch, weil mir das nochmal ganz, ganz wichtig ist für alle. Ihr sollt euch wirklich wohlfühlen in eurer Haut. Es ist egal, was ein Make-up-Artist oder auch ich oder irgendjemand euch sagt, wenn ihr euch nicht wohlfühlt, wenn ihr einfach sagt, nee, der rote Lippenstift ist nichts für mich, don't wear it. Dann trag es nicht. You should really, really feel super comfortable in your skin. That's the most important thing, I think, about makeup. Don't go after trends if you don't like it, you know? Don't wear clothes. I mean, maybe you like something on Dee or me or any other woman, and on yourself, you feel like completely disguised, like you don't feel like that's me, then don't do it. I think, Dee, you agree, right?
I agree. Yeah. Yeah. You have to be like yourself always.
Yeah. And also, what I think it's so nice, what you also said in your interview, Dee, you said, like, you know, try in little steps. Don't go all the way, because you said, like, so many people asking you, like, oh, how do you do that? How do you wear and combine all these? Like, how can you do it? And you say, like, you just do it, right?
Yeah, you just do it. Like pattern clutching. I'm
exactly,
like throwing things
exactly.
on, and I try things like the wallpaper in the back and the shirt with the dots. You just try it, and if you don't like it, you take it off. It's really easy.
Exactly.
Yeah, and it's the same with makeup, of course.
And we can also see that in your books, Dee, right? Like, you photographed a lot of very, very cool women, and you show, you know, how you can wear color, how you can combine things, how you can, you know, really feel comfortable in your skin. But I think Dee and I, we agree, you should never feel, oh, I should do that, or somebody is so cool, I like that. Sometimes I even have it that I like something on somebody else, and I try it for myself, and then I decide, no, it's not me.
Yeah, it's totally okay. It's totally okay. Yeah. If you're used to wear like white and natural colors, and suddenly you're wearing like a bright red outfit, you can feel completely not yourself. So you have to do it in little steps. Maybe start with a red lipstick.
Exactly. And that's what you also said. And I remember, I think that's a very great tip. You know, try things, you know, just don't go all the way. If you never wear any makeup, don't buy like 10 products, you know, just buy maybe 3 and start with like a nice foundation, a blush, and like mascara. You don't have to do all the things, you know, just because I do it as a makeup artist for 20 years. I think it's so nice to buy one makeup brush instead of all of 7, you know. Of course, we're happy if you buy all of the 7, but I think it's also so important that you don't get overwhelmed by having too many products at home, and then like, oh, how do I do it again? Okay, now I should watch like a 1-hour masterclass again to do it.
Yeah. You don't want it to be a job every morning to put on your makeup, you know.
Exactly.
It has to be very quickly.
Okay.
Question.
Here has one question came in. I have a lot of redness in my skin that makes me wonder if I can use blush. What do you think? I think you can totally use blush. I think I work always with what I have. If I have, like, when I got my second child, I got a lot of stains in my face. How do you say that? When you get like
pigmentation?
Yeah, exactly. And the dark spots. You know, the pigmentations, exactly. So I was always like, oh, what am I doing? Like, and then I used just the bronzer on my face on these parts, and you know, I made it look like it's my skin. It belongs to me, and that's what you can do with the redness. You work with the redness. You know, you put a little bit of the blush over the redness. And what I can also recommend when you have a lot of redness in your face and you try the Glow foundation, I mean, you can always order also like a tester for €1. You don't need to buy a whole bottle, but you can try, you know, because you can remove the redness of your face with the products. They have so many good ingredients to just get rid of redness in your face. And that's also against rosacea and how do you call that? It's too warm. It's all gone.
It's totally warm.
Ich trage den Lippenstift immer mit einem Pinsel auf. Finde, dass ich die Lippenkontur schöner definieren kann. Ja, absolut. Also ich muss auch sagen, ich trage immer einen Lip Liner auf. Und dann trage ich anschließend den Lippenstift auf und nehme immer noch dann den Make-up-Pinsel und gehe wirklich so über die Linien und cover eigentlich so ein bisschen den Lip Liner mit dem Lippenstift und mache die Lippen noch dicker. Also, ich sorge eigentlich dafür, dass die Lippen noch voluminöser aussehen, indem ich halt diesen Lippenpinsel am Ende noch benutze. Das ist auf jeden Fall super, wenn du das so machst. Wie heißt die Lippenstiftfarbe, die Sie gerade aufgetragen haben? Ich habe Brick aufgetragen und die trägt Orange Red. You're wearing Orange Red, right? Ja. I wear Brick. Brick heißt die Farbe. Da gibt es allerdings kein Lip Liner zu. Aber das ist auch ein Lippenstift, der braucht nicht so wirklich einen Lip Liner. Das ist eher, ich brauche immer nur Lip Liner bei so richtig grellen Farben, bei Bright Colors. Ja. How can I know which foundation shade would suit me if I live in Barcelona? I will mostly likely be purchasing it online. So that's what I said. Like, if you're purchasing online, you can always use our AI tool. You upload just like a picture of you, and then it shows like what color you need. And the good thing is then you can order the tester, or you order the whole bottle and you get the tester for free, and you can try it out without opening the big bottle. But it's really only a 2-minute test, and we don't save your picture. You can do it with any selfie you have. You just shouldn't be too dark on the face. So you should have like daylight in your face, and don't be covered up in makeup too much. So if we want to find out your shade, but it's working out very, very, very well. Any more questions you have? Are the different blush shades cream for the different skin shades? What do you recommend? Are the different blush shades cream for different skin shades? No, every color we have, you can use on any type of skin type. Like, it's really, if you're a little bit lighter or darker, it's up to you. You can use it. And we also have for very, very dark skin, the sticks. And there we have Dahlia and Terracotta. And those are really, really nice dark colors. They come in this kind of shape. And it's called Dahlia and Terracotta. Those are the darker shades we have, yeah. And every makeup we have in 10 shades from very light to very dark. Ich möchte gerne bestellen, welchen Code benötige ich für den Lippenstift? There is no code. Da gibt es keinen Code für den Lippenstift. Wenn du 75 € im Warenkorb erreicht hast, kannst du dir automatisch den Lippenstift aussuchen. Einen von unseren matten Lippenstiften, wann immer du über 75 € kommst. Genau.
Maybe in English?
In English again.
Yeah.
When you don't need a code. When you have 75 euros in your basket, then you can choose the lipstick for free. Then it's,
Okay.
yeah. And also good to know, this bag comes when you're over 120 euros. Then you get even this bag for free. This beautiful, but you can also buy it single. You don't have to have this much in your basket. So there was another question. What makes the eye bigger? Mascara only on the upper lashes or on the upper and the bottom lashes? Good question. So first of all, I think it's, also the taste, what you like. For myself, I think my eyes look bigger when I have it up and down. What do you
But
think?
also because of you have the light pencil in your waterline, which makes them bigger too, I think,
Yeah.
when you
But
do that.
Still, I think you should try it out for yourself. Everyone should try it. Do you like it more with only upper or lower? And I think there is no rule. There is nothing like we have to set. Like, it's okay. You can
It's
use
also
it
not
anyway.
ugly. Yeah, I will put
And
it
I
underneath.
also wanted to recommend quickly in case you are ordering and you want to use the products and they come home to you, they get delivered very quick, and you can always re-watch the masterclass. But if you are unsure and you think, okay, I still don't get it, you can always book a makeup artist for free online. You can always make an appointment with one of our makeup artists and they don't cost you anything. So
That's
whenever you
nice.
think, like, okay, I don't know, what am I doing? Where is it sitting? Then it's on a face to face. Well, Dita, that looks cool.
You think so? Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't.
but
See?
it makes the eye look super, super big. I think that answers the question perfectly, because the eye looks so big now because your eyelashes are so long. I mean, yours are much longer than mine.
I feel like Twiggy when I have eyelashes underneath. You see what I mean?
I don't like it too much on you, actually. Like
No,
it looks
because
cool, but it's quite a lot. I would also recommend you, or you just do it a little bit. What's about now? Yeah, that's better. That's better. The other side was too much, I think. That looks really like a doll.
I feel like the Joker when I do that. You know what I mean?
But seriously, it's answering very well the question, because
it makes it look bigger.
Much bigger. Actually.
Yeah, much bigger. But, you know, you have to sort of like it or not.
Yeah. So there was another question, which one is more natural, the powder or I think the cream product, right? That's the question.
Yeah.
And I would say in natural, in the mirror, the cream product, on camera, the powder.
Yes, true. Because if I do my makeup, I always go for the cream. Like waking up in the morning, looking in the mirror, doing my makeup, I use cream. But on camera, it's nice, the powder.
Yeah.
It looks very matte.
On the camera, I also like it a lot. When using the Cream Stick Rose, which brush do you use? I always use this one, the Cream Stick Rose, or any, because before we had the sticks and now they're always in this pen, and you can always use either the compact or this one. And I always use these kind of brushes for it, always. We had earlier these kind of brushes, the two fiber ones. You can use this, but you see, it's also kind of the same brush. It's just a different shape. It's just a little bit of different hair, but it's always the hard ones, the pressed ones. Those are the ones that are really nice for the creamy products. And also one recommendation, never go over the skin like this, because then you see it's getting all very blotchy. Then you take it almost away again. Welcher Rouge und Bronzer bei kühlem Hautunterton? So there is no difference with our products. There is no difference between cool and warm. You can just use any products. It's just about getting lighter and darker. So when you have like a pretty light skin, I would go on the Glow bronzer. Or when you want to use the cream, then the light cream bronzer. And when you're a little bit darker, the medium one. And also for darker skin tones, I would go for the regular pressed bronzer. The concealer also above the pigment spots. I know what you mean. The concealer can cover up the pigments. But it shouldn't be a lighter color. Don't think that a lighter color would lighten up the dark spots. Just use the darker color. I would even recommend to go on the spots, with the darker concealer, because it looks more natural. If you go, for example, now I have color number 2, and if I would use it on the pigments or on the freckles or something, then it gets very gray. I always like to, work with what I have. So redness or the dark circles, I would never go too light under the eyes. It looks weird. It looks just like very, very unnatural.
Yeah.
Are you coming anytime to the Netherlands for the workshop? Yeah, maybe when Dee is inviting me again, maybe
Yeah,
then I
okay,
go
come
to the
tomorrow.
Netherlands for a workshop. I don't know. But you can come anytime to Berlin. We have such a nice store here, and you can come and you can paint your own brushes if you want.
Yeah,
You can
so
get a
nice.
makeup workshop here. It's so nice. It's such a lovely trip. And across the street from here, there's the Michelberger Hotel. And yeah, Didi, you stayed there as well, right? And such a
Yeah.
beautiful hotel, and you can stay there. It's in the middle of Berlin. And yeah, come visit us. It's so nice. Is Beauty Elixir also a serum? Not really. The Beauty Elixir is really just oil. It's for anything where you need oil. For example, like I have a fresh tattoo here. I can use it perfectly on this tattoo. I can use it on my dry skin cuticles, you know. I can use it in dry hair. When you have like very dry arms, for example, then you can
So
use it
what
there.
are the ingredients?
It's just pure avocado oil.
Okay,
It's just
avocado
oil.
oil.
It's just
Okay.
olive oil. It's just
Olive
olive
oil.
oil. It's nothing. There is nothing in. There are no more ingredients. There's no perfume in it. There is nothing. That's perfect for everyone that has allergies against everything. Then you can perfectly use it on your skin. Can brush 13 also be used for cream blush? 13, yes. That's the one we have in our Jack's Club collection. We also have right now a new collection, the matcha latte, strawberry matcha brushes. I don't have them here right now, but you can use them. We have the Jack's Club. You can always join. There you can get always new offers. We do events all over Germany, sometimes Netherlands, in Austria, Switzerland. And you can use this brush. You know, it's actually made for powder, but you can use it for that. One of our customers recommended this brush for the creamy products, and I was like, no, you can not use it for that. And then I tried it, and I was like, okay, you can totally do it. It's fine. You can use it for the makeup, for the cream blush, bronzer, and so on.
Great.
Yeah. Any more questions? Or Dee and I, we're going to bed now. Undoing our makeup. And I also wanted to tell you our cleanser. This is our refiller. This is a 200 ml bottle. It's a metal bottle, but we have like this pump and the cleanser removing all of your makeup all in one. It's not burning in the eye. It's, you know, very gentle to the skin. That's what I do now when I come home. Then I use the Milky Toner, the serum, and then the night cream. And the night cream is also against the pigmentations. And we also have the exfoliating serum that's also against the pigmentation. Kann man die Augenbrauenmascara auch auf Microblading, behandelte Augenbrauen auftragen? Auf jeden Fall. Die Brow Mascara, sage ich euch, die hat mir das Leben gerettet, nachdem ich mein so Wimpern- und Brow-Lifting gemacht habe. Da hatte ich leider richtig viele Löcher in den Augenbrauen und diese Mascara, diese Augenbrauenmascara hat wirklich dafür gesorgt, dass meine Augenbrauen wieder so schön nachgewachsen sind. So this mascara was asked if they can use it on the microblading. And it's perfect because it has like the ingredients that, you know, really recover the eyebrows and really help them to grow and to, you know, be healthy. Because when I did eyelash and brow lifting, oh my God, I left half of my eyebrows. It's really bad. It was really bad. Yeah.
Okay. Scary.
Yeah. So I got a question in. I have to just add a little bit of color. So this is actually a color. I just, we don't have it anymore and I love it so much. It's the pink. And I just wanted to show you because this is just happening to me. There was another color saying underneath and you can remove it. You can always edit a new color. So it's all refillable. So all of the lipsticks, you can just buy the inner layer and then you plug it in again and you have new ones. So it's also working with our
Really?
eyeshadow
I didn't
palette.
know.
Yes. You
It's
didn't know,
amazing.
right?
No.
A lot of people don't know. That's
Wow.
why, like,
Okay.
you know, now you get one for free, but then in the future, you just need to buy for half of the price the
Yeah.
one inside.
Nice.
Yeah, we're doing a lot for being like, it's not possible to be sustainable as a beauty brand because then we can't sell online. But we're trying really our best to really, really be as good
Yeah, of
as
course.
possible.
Mhm.
There was a question about the Skin Tint besser bei den warmen Temperaturen. Skin Tint, I think it doesn't matter how warm it is. Es ist egal, wie warm oder kalt es gerade draußen ist. Skin Tint or Glow Foundation, it's all the same. Just the Skin Tint is so much lighter. It's almost nothing on the skin. It just gives a lot of glow. You know, it's just like almost a highlighter on the skin. So it depends. The Glow Foundation, when you put on just a tiny bit, it's the same light. Please describe the creamy blush colors. Which one for whom, when? Oh, wow. That is a big question for so late. So let me see what I can do for you. For example, when you have the palettes and they don't look nice after a little bit, then you can always just use a little tissue or a wipe and just clean them up. It's so nice about these palettes. We had paper before, and that's why I never liked to
This is
use
not
it.
cream.
Yeah, it was not clean enough. So this one here is the tea rose, and the tea rose is really for every skin type. It's so nice, even if you have a very dark shade like shade number 6 or 7. It's so nice because it's so, you know, rosy on the skin. It's it's very rosy. It's a little bit more like a cool undertone. It's not that warm. This one is the natural one. This one is like really no color at all. It just has, like, you see, it just gives you this nice, I don't know, how would you say that, this natural blush. It's very, very, very natural. No color. It's nude, I would say.
Mhm.
And it gives
Nude.
you this, but it's very, very nice for everyone that doesn't like pinkish or the peachy colors. And then there is also the peach color. That is the one of our best sellers. I try to find it. We also have, by the way, a highlighter. You would add it here in case you say, okay, I need more of a glow. Then you would add it always here on the highest point or also on the back of the nose. And I hope I find it here because maybe it's not in my repertoire here. Maybe it's, yeah, it doesn't look good. So there is one peach. And the peach one is, nope. Do you have the peach? No, huh?
No, I only have.
No, I don't have the peach here right now, but you
This is my
remember
cream.
here, this one, it was on my cheek before. We have almost the same, you know, it's very, very peachy, and that's the third color. Yeah, that's the one that is, so we have natural, like a cooler and a warmer color. And you can pick seriously whatever you want. It's up to you. They're all so natural. You can't do any mistake. Do our free color consultation. You know, you can choose in the web shop whatever you like and you think you feel good in. So you guys, it was so nice. Dee, thank you so much for your time.
I've
I
learned
hope you
so
learned
much
a little bit.
again. Yes, I did. I did.
Yeah, you look amazing. It's a shame that you go to bed now, huh?
Yeah, I should go to have a party or something.
Yes, but where you live, everything is closed right now, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, everything is good. What is it? Tuesday? No, Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Everybody is inside because it's too warm outside. So I'm melting away here.
So thank you for joining us. And whenever you have more questions, you can always ask our beautiful team on our Instagram page. And yeah, we always answer you all the questions you have. We don't let you alone. And yeah, thank you for watching. And Dee, thank you so much.
Thank you for your class. It was really interesting. Really,
So
thank you.
bye, you guys.
Bye.
Bye.